1966 GTO trunk repair. This car has a 3-panel system for the trunk replacement. Comes with 3 panels as well as the tank brackets. The trunk had a lot of corrosion, a lot of stuff sat in there, and you can see it's pretty bad. Those are patches above the rear brace. They had them on both sides trying to cover up the rust. There wasn't much left of the body mounts underneath. A lot of the patches in this car were done this way, where they just slapped metal over the top of the rust hole, riveted it down, and sealed it up. You can see another one underneath there. I'm going to have to focus on replacing these brackets and the rear mounts before I can actually place the trunk in there. First step was to get everything out of the way, kind of get the panels loosely fit in the hole. Everything's getting cleaned up right now. After the panels are fit, then I come back to the brackets and fit those. The rear mounts connect to the wheel wells, so the corners were kind of patched in. All these patches were pulled out, and then they had to be repaired before I could even put the brackets on for the rear mounts. I did the wheel well patches in layers. I did the outer piece, then I did the inner piece. And this one had a little tiny splash paddle on the back and the bottom. This is what's left of those tank brackets that hang off the rear. With those out of the way, then I can actually clamp the brackets in to try to get alignment on everything. These are the panels made for that wheel well. I had to do the same thing on both sides. This is the inner panel. I just use cardboard to kind of bend it, get the shape, then trace it out, then trim to fit. With everything mocked up in place, I start making measurements and make sure that everything's right where it needs to be before welding. The placement of these brackets is all based on the original frame measurements. And with everything double checked, marked, put in place, then the wheel well was actually repaired before those brackets were mounted. I was going to try to repair those rear splash along each side, but they're pretty bad. The trunk panel was laid in there on the driver's side. Once everything was aligned and it looked good, I went through and marked all the braces. That way I knew where to drill the holes from the top. Then I went back and welded that bracket in place on that side. Now it's time for the other side. Time for the passenger side repair. The passenger side was repaired the same way, doing the outer and the inner panel. I didn't have to do the splash panel on this side. A lot of times I'll use the existing panel that was cut out as a reference to be able to get the panels. Just take the rusty one, throw on a piece of metal, and shape it to fit. Then again, going back to frame measurements, clamped in the tank brace, and then find the measurements for where it needs to go. It's always best to check your measurements a couple times. Drilling out all the holes for all the spot welds. Next, I'll be getting that front edge fit and aligning the center.